A Pet for Pete by James Dean. Pete is going to the pet store. He is going to get a pet. Pete wants a bird, a hamster, or a lizard. But then Pete sees a goldfish. That's what I want, he tells his mom. Pete's mom gets fish food. I'm going to call you Goldie, Pete says to his new pet. You are my first pet, Pete tells Goldie. On the way home, fish food. Pete takes Goldie to his room. He feeds her fish food. Now what? Asks Pete. He can't play with Goldie. He can't swim with her. Pete knows what he can do. Pete paints a picture of Goldie. He paints 4 fins and an orange tail. What a pretty painting, says Pete's mom. You can keep it, says Pete. Cool painting, says Bob. Can you make one for me? Sure, says Pete. Pete paints a picture for Bob. Wow, says Bob. It looks just like Goldie. Bob shows Pete's painting to his friend Tom. Now Tom wants a painting too. Pete paints another painting of Goldie to take to school for show and tell. This is Goldie, my pet fish, Pete tells his class. Cute fish, cool colors, nice work. I wish I had a painting of Goldie, says Benny. I'll make you one, says Pete. Everyone in Pete's class wants a painting of Goldie. Pete's grandma wants a painting too. Pete has a lot to do. He has to feed Goldie. He has to do his homework. Fish food. Math homework. Pete paints and paints. He makes paintings for everyone on his list. At last, Pete is done. He worked hard. There is no paint left. Orange, blue, red, green, yellow. Pete's paintings are a big hit. Pete is happy to be done, but Pete is not done. Now everyone in town wants a painting of Goldie. Bus driver, coach. Pete gets more paint. I don't know what to do, he says to his mom. I wish I could paint pictures for everyone. I just don't have time. Blue, green. Pete's mom has an idea. She tells it to Pete. Great idea, says Pete. Pete gets right to it. This time he works outside and makes a huge painting. Honk honk, beep beep. Here comes Pete. He has made one painting for Goldie for everyone in town to enjoy. Cat City Hall. What a great day! When Pete gets home, he tells the real Goldie all about it. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Pete's mom tells Pete an idea. They made a huge painting for everyone to share. Pete the cat. Too cool for school. Pete wants to look cool. He asks everyone, what should I wear? Wear your yellow shirt, his mom says. It is my favorite. So Pete does. Wear your red shirt, Pete's friend Marty says. It is my favorite. So Pete does. Wear your blue shirt, Pete's brother Bob says. It is my favorite. So Pete does. Wear your long pants, Pete's teacher says. They are my favorite. So Pete does. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Wear the shorts with the fish, Pete's friend Callie says. They are my favorite. So Pete does. Wear the polka dot socks, the bus driver says. They are my favorite. So Pete does. Wear the cowboy boots, Grumpy Toad says. They are my favorite. So Pete does. Wear the tie with the stripes, Emma says. It is my favorite. So Pete does. Wear your baseball hat, his coach says. It is my favorite. So Pete does. Pete puts on all the clothes. Does he look cool? Do you think he looks cool? I don't think he looks cool at all. I think he looks cool with the red shirt. No, Pete looks silly. He also feels very hot. Pete goes home. He changes his clothes. He puts on his favorite shirt. Pete puts on his favorite pants. Pete puts on his favorite socks. Pete puts on his favorite shoes. Pete puts on his sunglasses. Pete says, now I am cool. If you want to be cool, just be you. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Pete was wearing the red shirt because he looked nice in the red shirt. This book is Pete the Cat Rocking Field Day by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the Cat is excited. Today is the town's annual field day. Pete can't wait. Last year his team came in 3rd place. He wants to win 1st place this year. Pete puts on a groovy shirt. He puts on a cool headband. Pete ties his red shoes. He is ready to go. Pete goes to the park. Callie, Grumpy Toad, and Gus are waiting for him. The 4 of them are a team. Pete sees his competition. If he wants a medal, he will have to beat Alligator, Squirrel, Turtle, and Marty. Wise Old Owl welcomes the teams. It is time for the field day to start. First up is the baton relay. The teams take their places. Ready, set, groove. Pete runs to Callie. Callie grabs the baton and runs to Gus. Alligator runs to Marty. Marty passes baton to Squirrel. Squirrel is very fast. She gives her baton to Turtle. Turtle crosses the finish line ahead of Grumpy Toad. Turtle wins. Pete is frustrated. He wants to win first prize, but his team was not fast enough. Pete will have to try harder. The three-legged race is next. Pete knows he can win this time. He and Gus are a team. Ready, set, groove. Pete and Gus start to run. Suddenly they fall down. Gus trips on his shoelace. Marty and Squirrel work together. They don't fall down. They cross the finish line. Pete starts to feel disappointed. He keeps losing. Next is the water balloon toss. Pete can't give up. He has to do better this time. Pete throws his balloon to Callie. She catches it and tosses it back. Down the line, a balloon breaks. The teams step back and throw again. More balloons fall and break. Soon only 2 teams are left. Alligator throws his balloon. It hits Pete and pops. Pete is wet but happy. He and Callie win. Pete thinks about what games are left to play. If he wins everything, he can still get a medal. Right now, it's time for tug of war. Pete knows his team is strong. He's sure they can win. Marty's team pulls the rope. Pete's team pulls the rope harder. Alligator tumbles over the line. Pete's team wins. Next is the obstacle course. Pete lines up. He knows he can win. Ready, set, groove. Pete runs through the tires. He climbs up a wall. He belly crawls through a tunnel. Ahead of him, Pete sees the finish line. He runs as fast as he can. Pete crosses the line first. Now Pete is happy. If he wins the last game, he will get first prize. The last game is carry the egg. Pete holds the egg on a spoon. He runs as fast as he can. Pete's egg wobbles and falls. Suddenly, he's covered with yolk. Pete joins his friends on the medal stand. Pete's team and Marty's team tied for first place. Pete is happy. He didn't get to win alone, but sharing with friends isn't so bad. Pete looks at his groovy medal. What a rocking day! Field Day Champ. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is in tug of war, they were pulling and they won. I hope you liked the story. Thank you for reading with me.